Hey guys, welcome to another Graphic Sauce Media video. I am so excited about today's topic. Have you ever felt like you're getting into one of those ruts and you just can't really break through creatively and you just kind of, you're just kind of stuck. You feel like you've plateaued. So today I'm going to talk about where I find a little bit of inspiration and kind of break away from, the doom and gloom and everything that's going on in the world right now, just to find that little piece of, like I said, inspiration to kind of help spark my creativity and kind of push me through some of these, rough times. So what we're going to talk about today is my top 5 favorite YouTube channels to watch. And like I said, these are some bigger name channels, so you may have heard of them, you may have not. Most of them come from some sort of videography background. They might be a subset or have like a subcategory of videography and do something else. But for the most part, they have like videography in some form or fashion in portrayed through their work, and I really draw inspiration from it. Anyway, let's get into today's video. Okay, so these are in no particular order. They're all great content creators. They're all great people. So we're just going to kind of start down the list and kind of go from there. Like I said, they're no particular order. These are all great follows. And one of the things that you'll notice is some of these channels are quite large, and they kind of are a titan in their industry, and they deserve that title. And that's one of the things that I kind of look for in a particular channel is what have they accomplished, where did they come from, what is their journey, and things like that. So when you kind of hear some of these names, you're like, oh yeah, of course he's gonna put that on his top 5. Like, these aren't by no means any hidden gems or anything like that. These are the ones that I go to for information, for inspiration, for enjoyment, for entertainment even. So let's go ahead and start with the first one. So the first one is Peter McKinnon. He has roughly 4 million subscribers to his YouTube channel. So you probably have heard of him or probably seen one of his channels. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, you've probably seen one of his YouTube videos in your recommended feed. He's a great photographer, a fantastic videographer, and he's very entertaining. And he's one of those people where you can sit down and watch a video of his, and it could be literally about anything. And I mean literally anything, and he will find a way to bring out some sort of cinematography, very, edgy type of, video or sizzle reel, if you will, for, this product or this thing or whatever. And my best example was one of the videos he did. It was a few months back. And actually, it's probably back in 2019 when he did a video review, and he doesn't really do a lot of reviews for like products and things like that. But this was like a sponsored video, and he did an awesome job with this laptop, right? And this laptop is probably like 1,500, close to $2,000, right? Way out of a lot of people's price range. But the way he portrayed it, the way he shot the actual video and talked about it, kind of made it seem like it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to watch, and that's kind of one of the things that I really enjoy about his videos is he can take something that you might not be interested or you might not be in the market for. I'm not in the market for a laptop. I hate using them. I don't travel very much, and when I do travel, I don't really take my work with me. I primarily work on a desktop. My wife, on the other hand, she works on a laptop, so I'd be interested to see what her reaction would be to this actual video. But nevertheless, I watched the whole thing from start to finish. And like I said, I'm not in a market for a new laptop or anything like that. It was just a well put together, high quality piece of video, and he has a great way of kind of captivating his audience. Even in those videos, but like in his vlogs, even he's just very animated, and it just kind of like you really feel like he's talking with you on the other side of that screen, and I really appreciate that. Highly recommend Peter McKenna. Check him out. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below. Okay, so next up is Scott McKenna, but this man was someone that I started watching when I first started videography. One of his videos was the first one that I watched when I got my first gig, and I had no clue how to shoot a wedding, not a clue. So I just literally went to YouTube and typed in how to film a wedding, and Scott McKenna popped up, how to film a wedding, behind the scenes, how to film a wedding, and I probably watched that one video. I think it was about an hour long. I probably watched that video 2 or 3 times before my actual shoot. And it was Scott that really kind of got me into vlogging, and it really just kind of inspires me to just capture my journey, document what's happening. And while I've kind of fallen off the rails a little bit on the actual daily vlogging and vlogging in general, which we will be getting back to that, I still miss that part and want to come back to it. And every time I see him upload a vlog, it's like, oh, I really got to get back into that. I want to do it. I need to find time to do it. And even if it's like a 2-minute vlog, pick up the camera and say, hey, this is what's going on today. I'm excited. You should be excited. Get out there and do something. Something like that. And even if it's just starting that type of thing, Scott he just has some type of ability to get that spark ignited, and has the ability to push you through like these like slumps that you get in. And I think the reason why he's good at that is because he's gone through those ruts too. But setting aside him from other videographers and other YouTube channel creators, he puts that type of content out in the open. So he's very real with what he releases out. It's not like every video is a sizzle reel, every video is something that's going to shock and awe you. It's really down to earth, and it's very like inspirational. I keep using that word, and you're going to hear that word a lot because that's what this list is. It's just people that inspire me. Again, good guy. Highly recommend him. So the next person that I would recommend is Matt Diavella. And you might know Matt. He's got a YouTube channel that's fairly large. He also has a special on Netflix called The Minimalist. It's a great little kind of documentary of minimalism. One of the things that I'm attracted to his YouTube channel for is his cinematography, his ability to tell a story. The one thing that I really enjoy about his actual videos is he doesn't say a lot. He lets his videos kind of speak for him. And he does a lot of like B-roll and kind of, several camera angles and things like that, and to kind of portray what he's talking about. So he really doesn't have to use a lot of words. He just kind of explains what's going on. He does a lot of kind of like self-help or self-improvement videos. And not so much, and his channel kind of is the one deviant on this list from the videography, kind of forefront, where he doesn't really talk about the camera gear. He doesn't really talk about reviews or anything like that. He's more or less involved in like bettering himself, giving information and testing things out when it comes to his, inner person. And the videography portion of his channel is on par with these other folks. And I think, if you were to look at like maybe like an outline of one of his videos, like the spoken words, I'm almost positive it would be on a single sheet of paper, maybe even one-sided. And like the spoken words, obviously, like, cut to this camera angle, cut to this camera angle, the actual scripting non-spoken words is going to be several pages long. But if you actually went down and typed out what he said, it'd probably be about a page long, maybe less. And I find it interesting and, again, inspiring to look at that and say, wow, how can I use this medium, like visual motion picture, to portray what I'm trying to say, so that I don't have to use as many words and let my audience, be the intelligent ones and kind of connect point A with point B and go from there. Okay, so the next person on this list falls in the same category for me as Scott McKenna. He does a lot of like tutorials and gear review, and he doesn't do a lot of vlogging like Scott does, but the gear review and like the recommendations and like the how to use it is really kind of what sets him apart from the rest of the people on this list. And that is Matt Johnson. His channel really strives to help every videographer, whether you're just starting out or you're super experienced. And what I mean by that is he does a lot of gear reviews and like wedding recommendations and things like that and how to use this stuff. But not only does he do that, but he also makes recommendations if you're on a budget. So like let's say he's doing like a video on a specific light. And let's say the light's really expensive. We'll go with like the aperture light. I think it's like a $1,200 light. And that doesn't include anything. It's literally just the light. Well, Matt knows that not everybody can afford that. And when you're first starting out, you really have to watch your budget. So what he'll do is he'll say, hey, if this is out of your price range, here's a couple options at, 2 or maybe one other price point or whatever that you could, start out with, get a couple gigs under your belt, sell that piece of equipment, and then upgrade later on to this piece of equipment. And it's refreshing to know that not everybody's out there saying, hey, you need to buy this MacBook Pro. Because if you don't have this MacBook Pro, you're not a videographer. Matt's nothing like that, at least portrayed in his videos. And I'm assuming with all these people, they're 100% genuine. Matt seems like one of those down-to-earth people that would say, hey, I know not everybody can afford this, and you're not necessarily in the same point of your career as I am, but this is what I use, and this is the results that I'm getting. Now, if you're looking for something more on a budget, try this. You'll get similar results. Of course, it's not going to be exactly the same. Here's some comparisons if he's got them. He always shows like comparisons and things like that, which I appreciate because it's one thing for someone to say, hey, if you can't afford this, you should try this budget thing. And then just say, okay, that's it. That's a wrap. But Matt will usually go the extra mile and say, this is kind of what you can expect from this budget piece of equipment. And here's the key differences as to why this one is $300 and this one's $1,200. Again, kind of like I said with Scott, he was one of those people that I really kind of lean towards for information and equipment recommendations and things like that, and really kind of got my gear that I use on a daily basis and on for weddings and for podcasting and video, kind of really got my gear game up so that I know, okay, this is the budget friendly thing. That's what I'm going to buy. Let me get a few weddings under my belt, and now I'm going to upgrade. So many of my pieces of equipment have gone through that exact process because of Matt. So again, another great channel. He puts out about 1 or 2 videos a week. And like I said, kind of like with Peter, not every video is going to be for you. But Matt does a really good job of doing his research and kind of portraying all the facts and getting all the facts out there for you, and then also providing his opinion. And his opinion is definitely, somebody's to take note and, take a recommendation from. So check his videos out. All right, so and the last person on this list is Sean Cannell. He runs a YouTube channel called Think Marketing and Think Media. Originally, he had all of his content on Think Media, and he would offer like tips and advice and things like that for growing a brand. He would do tech reviews and things like that, but mostly would stick to how to grow your brand, how to build a business, how to be successful on YouTube. He recently, I think it was the end of 2019 or mid 2019, split his channel in two, keeping the Think Media on one side of it, and that was really mainly focused on like video reviews and kind of like the equipment aspect of things, if you will. And then his other channel, the one that split off, Think Marketing, is more about the actual marketing aspect of things, go figure, growing your channel, increasing influence, growing subscriber counts, the things that you can do to build a brand and really kind of excel at your business, whether that's trying to grow a YouTube channel or try to gain more clientele through like LinkedIn and Twitter and Instagram and things like that, and how to really excel at using those different tools to build your business and gain more more income and a stronger further reach. And And that's really kind of one of the things that, took off for me when I saw Sean, was really kind of, wow, this guy's kind of, gives you a bunch of information in one video. He's always looking to inspire you. He has a great formula for success. Like his videos, if you take a look at like 2 or 3 or 4 of his videos, the overall like theme and kind of underlying structure is about identical from video to video to video. Now that's not to say that the content isn't good. He has just found his niche and found out how how he can excel at making his videos streamlined to where he's giving advice and propping people, other content creators up, and really kind of helping out people on YouTube. So one of the things that I really enjoy is the knowledge that he's provided for extending your brand, reaching out just past YouTube and going into places like LinkedIn. There's a lot of crossover here with him and Scott McKenna. Scott's a big proponent of not just doing YouTube or not just doing Instagram, but making sure that you have all of the social networks across the board and how to really kind of isolate that content for that particular platform. Not just saying, okay, I uploaded a video to YouTube and here's the link to Twitter, here's the link to Instagram, here's the link to LinkedIn. No. It's okay, here's YouTube. Okay, how do I make that content fit for my Instagram channel? Right? Okay, so I got to change the orientation. I got to change the size of the content. We need to make it a little bit snappier and quicker and bite size. Okay, and what about content for LinkedIn? What does that look like? What's the target audience there? I think Sean and Scott are kind of like a really nice 1-2 punch if you're trying to build your brand and really kind of gain an audience and potentially make some money on the side just in these kind of different platforms, along with getting some additional client work, which is ultimately what you're trying to do, is gain more clients, gain more income, and reach reach further than you would the day before. So that's Sean, and definitely subscribe to Think Media and Think Marketing. They're both really great channels, and they're well produced. So. Alright guys, so that's my list. I'm kind of curious to hear what your guys' list would be like, so definitely leave those down below. What types of channels do you watch and why? Like I said, these channels are really kind of ones that inspire me, and videography aside, from a business aspect, all these gentlemen really kind of push me to do better. So that's it. That's the video for today. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit the bell icon on your way out. Thumbs up if you enjoy the channel and want to see more content like this. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.